Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Yet another saga, yet another episode, right? Another part to the story of the sweet, delicious hits that we're getting. Feel the vein. Oh, I need that morning hit. It's your breakfast. It's your breakfast. That's right. You need more Completionist. I know it. We all know it. We want it. We need it. We can feel it. We're all addicted to this story because it has so many branches, right? We can go so many places with this. Yesterday we talked about, what YouTubers are doing. Today, we're talking about what's going on again with the Completionist and his family, right? And I'm going to have a very different hypothesis here than many of the opinions that are out there. Let me tell you, you're going to hear something absolutely different, and the picture hopefully gave it a little bit away for you. Because some people might think that this is just them saying, we don't care about the haters, we're going to move on, we're going to move forward, this and that and the other. I have a very different take. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you the best metaphor that I can give you. And those of you of a certain age will completely understand what I'm saying. This is the freaking California wine mixer. That's exactly what it is. Remember I told you I worked for a long time in the 2000s, working at several types of these events and stuff. And this is my take, guy. And let me tell you, this is my take. And I'm a gambling kind of man, as you well know. If I was in Vegas and I had $100, I would bet $100 on this. This is their California wine mixer, right? This is where they take their clients year after year, right, in order to solidify relationships, to talk about new deals, so on and so forth. We still don't know how these charities are linked, right? We're not privy to any of the bank statements, so a lot of that stuff is really just guessing, right? Could there be some creative accounting, if you will? Probably. I don't know, right? I don't know what's behind the scenes. We can infer certain things from what's going on, right? So two things can be happening here. One of them is the worst has already happened, right? How much worse can it get for Gerard than what's already going on now? Everything's been exposed. His reputation is absolute trash, right? His YouTube career is probably over. So, how much worse could it get? Because PR-wise, this is the worst possible move that could happen for, right? Just moving forward like nothing happened and carrying on with this event. But if this event is important to the family business, right? And this is where they take their business relationships that at this point Gerard's father has had for decades, right? And you might think that the Completionist has a good YouTube career, which is, okay, sure, right? But it's not a real business, right? When you're begging to feed 20 mouths, that's not a business, as I told you before. But you know what is a business? The multi-million-dollar business as his dad has. That's a real business, right? These guys can write, $500,000 checks, right? They're, as far as I can see, unless anybody tells me different, right? Unless somebody comes up with different valuations for those type of businesses, they have the money to do it. And what they earn is far superior than whatever Gerard could do. As far as we know, what Gerard does, they could see it as scrapbooking. Remember, Gerard has a degree in what? Theater and directing. It's not a hard science. It's not real business in a sense, right? He's more of an artist. And when they weigh those things together, his career is nowhere near worth what his father's company and businesses are worth. That's a fact, right? So if they have to sacrifice somebody, guess who's getting sacrificed here? Guess who's is going to take it in the shorts? It's Gerard. As we speak, his older brother's looking at him just like Derek looked at Will Ferrell going, "Don't mess with my nut, man." And this is what's happening here, right? If I had to guess, right, based on everything that I know, based on the evidence that I see, that would be my guess. Because think about it, guys. Whether the worst thing possible that can happen happens to them, right? From what people are reporting, let's say Carl Jobs is absolutely correct in his inferences that, the whole family was going to be in trouble and this and that and the other, right? You know what you're going to need if you're in trouble? Money. What are you going to need if Gerard's career is over? Money, right? And if his career is already over, could you not use money? Right? So, like Mr. Krabs said, the money's always right. The money is always right. And that is why, even though this might be PR-wise, because I don't think there's no debate about that. PR-wise, this is absolutely the worst fucking thing you could do for Gerard. And guess what? His family does not give a shit. I don't think Gerard is the alpha of that family by any means. I think he's third tier at best. It would be his dad, his brother, and then Gerard. His older brother and then Gerard. I think that's the way the cookie crumbles there. And I think that's why he's being sacrificed here. Because the business of the family is more important than his, number one. Number two, if they're going to sacrifice anything, it's going to be him and that small part of the business that he has, right? And remember, this charity first started with his dad. It didn't start with Gerard, right? It started with his father, right? So he's the one leading the way, especially in this charity event. Now let's talk about the event itself. It's in Tustin. It's a well-to-do area, right? I'm sure it's going to start raining trolls over there. But this is a secure place. It's a nice neighborhood, right? It takes some money to set up these kinds of events, usually a year in advance. You're going to be in a high security place, so I don't think there's, any fear from anybody there. If you really want to go and just troll them or just see what they're doing, you're going to have to pay a hefty fee just to get inside, right? You're going to have to be willing to spend quite a bit of money to get the inside track. Of course, let's face it. I mean, if somebody does go in there and make a video about what they're doing and who shows up and what posters are up there, whatever, I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to watch it, right? But as far as being a secure location, I think it will be. I don't think they're afraid of any idiot showing up there doing stupid stuff. And usually those kind of places, in those kind of events, what you hire for security are off-duty cops, right? And I'm sure those are going to be there, right? So if anybody starts getting any funny ideas, they're going to check them right at the door, or they're going to get chin checked once they're inside, right? So I don't think that they are fearful of any idiot doing anything improper, right? And I don't think people, other than taking pictures of who the sponsors are, right? But I think the fear really comes from people start calling their sponsors and going, hey, did you know this was going on? Did you know X was going on? But as far as the people that participate in this stuff, guys, these are going to be older gentlemen at golf. Do you think they're staring at YouTube going, hey, I wonder what Gen X Gamer thinks about? I mean, they don't give a shit, right? They don't care. They don't care about the retro video game scene or any of those things. They're there for business. They're there to have a good time. They're there to drink up and to play golf. And hell or high water, this will happen. You know why? Because it's the fucking California wine mixer, and you can take that to the bank. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.